morning. Welcome to the Ultimate Planning Hour, where women coaches and entrepreneurs come to be educated, equipped, and empowered to plan your work and work your plans. Join me here on the Powerhouse in Motion campus every Monday at 10 a.m. Central Time to maximize each day, optimize your performance, and bring harmony to your life. Well, great Monday morning to you out there. Great morning. I tell you, it is or has been cold. I never knew that Alabama could get cold, but it's been cold down here, y'all. Come on in here and chat with me for a while. Bring your coffee, bring your notebook, and I'm just going to drop some nuggets with you. It won't be before you long, but who am I? For those of you who don't know me, I am Pamela Lue-Hing, better known as Coach P. I'm equipped, empowered, poised, and positioned to move those who are ready to move. It is my ultimate mission. I wake up every day thinking about how to make a difference in your day. So please join me as I share with you today the 4 keys to present with effectiveness and impact. We are streaming live from my personal page. We're streaming live from our campus as well as our YouTube. Have you ever had to present anything, whether it was present before your colleagues, present before your boss, stand in front of an audience, and you were shaking in your boots, in your shoes, in your stilettos. You were just nervous and didn't know how to do it. How do I present with impact? I have my knowledge, but then how do I really, really make the impact? How do I get my message across? Have you ever done that? If you have, go ahead and comment for me. Okay, how did that feel to be standing or have to present and or today in front of Zoom, right? Being on Zoom and having to present anything to anybody, right? How did it feel for you? Thank you. Who's saying good morning? Yes, yes. Who is the yes? Somebody said yes. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. At least I have one honest person out there. Please do share your name with me this morning so I can say great morning to you and thank you for participating. Because guess what? If I'm on today just for you, for the yes, that's who I'm on for. So the rest of the folk don't need it. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you and you only. So if you can give me your name, at least I can talk to you and call your name. Okay. So today I want to talk to you about, again, the 4 keys of presenting with effectiveness and impact. First of all, let me say this. I'm going to preface my comments by saying you don't have to be perfect, right? We have this idea that we have to stand just right. We have to we have to be articulate, right, in our presentation. Well, yes, we need to work on those things, but we don't have to wait to be perfect to do that, right? We don't have to present with impact. We don't have to be perfect. So Bethany, oh my goodness. Hello there, Bethany. So glad to see you this morning. So I'm talking to you, Bethany, this morning because you were the brave and honest soul saying, yes, that makes me nervous when I have to present. So Bethany, today I'm going to share with you again the 4 keys to presenting with impact. So let me just jump right on in because it will only take just a few minutes to share this with you. So the first thing we want to do, Bethany, is we want to make sure that we have audience intelligence. That's the very first thing we want to do. And so what do I mean by audience intelligence? Well, we think about intelligence, that is knowledge, right? It's knowledge, it's the understanding, it is how we process and understand a particular subject matter, right? And when we talk about audience intelligence, it is truly just that, understanding our audience. So what do I mean by that? Number one is we want to understand our audience's needs. And in order to understand our audience's needs, we must understand what the demographics are, the age, for instance, right? Speaking to a group of youth is different than speaking to a group of professionals. So we have to make sure that we understand the age group. We've got to understand whether it's male or female. There's different language. There's different ways that we present, and in terms of the sex of the person sometimes. Okay, and we know what to say if we're in front of a group of women. We know what not to say if we're in a group in front of a group of men, right? So we have to understand our audience, and then if we're presenting to both, then we have to make sure that we're appealing to both. Does that make sense? Excellent. Who else is saying good morning? Great morning, Coach V. Coach V is in the house too. Thank you for being here. Wonderful. So again, we're talking about audience intelligence, and Coach V, you were with us on last week when we did the 5-day masterclass. And so I am presenting today the 4 keys to presenting with effectiveness and impact. So, as you know, again, number 1 is audience intelligence, understanding your audience, understanding the demographics. Then we also want to understand the psychographics of our audience. What is psychographics? Psychographics is the lifestyle. What do these people enjoy doing? What are their fundamental needs? Where do they hang out? What are they all about? Who are they? The psychographics, understanding the makeup of your audience. If you're presenting before a company, perhaps, then what you're going to do is you're going to talk to that company and ask a series of questions about the audience so that you can best prepare for that audience. If you are in business and you have a certain niche, you want to understand your niche. For instance, my niche is life and business coaches. So I coach life and business coaches. So I have to really, really do my research. And guess what? The research is never ending. I'm constantly asking, how can I level up to make sure that I'm making the impact that I need to make with my life and business coaches in that 0 to 3 year phase? So coaching someone in that 0 to 3 year phase is very different than coaching someone who's been in the game for a while. Okay, it's very, very different. They require very different subject matter. They require a different approach. And then my specific niche, women over 40, right? So speaking to a woman over 40 is quite different than speaking to a woman who's 21. And so I have to clearly understand my audience in order to present with effectiveness whatever I am presenting. So again, audience intelligence is number 1. Number two is it takes 7 seconds to make a first impression. And so what are you going to say? How are you going to show up? If you're on Zoom, when it's time for you to speak, how do you present? Do you sit up straight? Do you present with a smile? Do you allow people to feel your energy? It's all about energy. People need energy today, right? This thing is zapping our energy, and we can't allow it to zap our energy. So we have to infuse ourselves. So if you get up and jump around for a minute before you get on, whatever you need to do, pump your music up before you go on, whatever it is you need to do, then do it, because your audience needs that energy. Whether or not they need your product or service, who cares, as long as you give them that energy? Because if you give them that energy and your product or service is not for them, they're going to remember you. They're going to remember that energy. And then they're going to remember, when they're talking to a friend or a colleague who perhaps needs your services, hey, you need to check out this lady named Coach P. Her energy is off the chain. She is always, always giving it out. So you got to connect with her. What do you need? You need coaching, you need life or business coaching. You need to connect with Coach P, because guess what? She makes an impact. All right. So that's the importance of making an impression in that first 7 seconds, because that's all we have to capture the attention of our audience. If we don't capture it in the first 7 seconds, then we're pretty much, they've tuned out, right? Especially in our microwave age. Point 3 is get to the point. Just get to the point. A lot of times we want to explain, and I'm guilty. I'm raising my hands. If I could raise my feet and my toes, I would. I am so guilty of having to share information. Share more information, and just a little bit more information. okay, I need to explain what I just explained and then re-explain that. That's me all the time. And as the teacher in me wants to do that, right? But when people are looking for something specific, they want that one thing that's specific to them, right? So we've got to say it with impact. We've got to understand what we're saying. We've got to make it very clear. So the clarity has to be on point. So we got to get to the point, but in order to get to the point, we've got to be clear in getting to that point. So making it the 1, 2, 3. Okay. The human brain, and science has been done, studies have been done to show that people process in threes. So 1, 2, 3, not 20 points, right? Not 40 points, not, and sometimes even 5 is a little overwhelming. So if we can do 1, 2, 3 and just get to the point, people can remember it easily. They can probably recite it if you get to the point and say it with impact and create some type of way for them to remember, even if there is sequential, like get to the point, get to the bottom line, and get to the life you want to live, whatever the case may be. I don't know, get to the point, get to the bottom line, it's probably the same thing, but get to the point, get to the life you want to live, get to the you want to be, something like that. So it's repetition, right? So always, use some repetition because that helps people remember. So that's a part of getting to the point. Let's see, we have yes, I forget to keep it simple all the time. Thank you for that. Please share your name. And somebody said, yes, girl. Yes, that's Bethany, right? And I love it. Bethany says that energy is everything. Excite other people's atoms. I love that. Yes, excite other people's atoms. And thank you so much, Coach V. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. So we have to, again, keep it simple, right? Keep it simple and help people really get the point. All right. So I'm going to keep it simple by keeping it moving. Right. And so I talked about getting to the point. And now let me just correct that. Okay. And now the fourth and final point is this: begin with the end in mind. What is it that you want to have happen at the end of your presentation? What is it that you want to leave with your audience? What is the number one thing you want them to remember? Okay. What is that thing? Begin with that thing in mind. So you don't necessarily have to present it up front. You can let them know that perhaps that's something that you want, if you're leading them to a certain product or service or something like that, you can maybe present it at the beginning and say, hey, at the end, I'm going to share with you a way that we can stay connected, as I always do. It's a part of what I do, right? I share with you ways that we can stay connected, but begin with the end in mind. What is it that I want to achieve? Right. So I talked about the 4 key elements or the 4 key essentials to presenting with impact. So I'm giving you those 4 keys to presenting with impact. So we got to begin. Where is it that we want to take our audience? And we want to begin with that in our minds. How do we want them to feel at the end of our presentation? Do we want them to be excited? Is that the bottom line? Do we want to give them a call to action? Do we want them to move on something? Then we've got to prepare our presentation in a way that moves them. So the way that we articulate our product or service, the way that we articulate the features and the benefits of our product or service. So the feature and the benefit is very different. The feature, if it's a home, is okay, this home has 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3 full baths. But if we're talking about the benefits, when you purchase that home, you're going to get $50,000 in equity off the bat. That's a benefit. That's a reason for people to push the button, right? To push the pay button, to give the cash when we talk benefits. So beginning with the end in mind means sharing the benefits, making sure that you're hitting those hot spots, those things that, again, your audience needs. And how do we know what our audience needs? Because we have audience intelligence, because we've done our homework. So let's recap. Again, the 4 keys to presenting with impact. Number 1 was audience intelligence. Understanding our audience, know your audience before you present to them. Number two is you have 7 seconds to make a first impression. And then number three is you got to begin with the end in mind. I'm sorry, get to the point. Number three, get to the point. And then lastly, begin with the end in mind. And so ladies, ladies, Coach V, Bethany, that is the 4 keys to presenting with effectiveness and impact. And so I always talk about how we can stay connected, how I can help you move to the next level. And so that is in the mastermind membership. And so I want to share with you the mastermind membership. I'm really, really excited about it. It is for women, life, and business coaches in the 0 to 3 year phase. Okay. So if you are a coach in the 0 to 3 year phase and you're saying, okay, it's time. It's time for me to connect with someone who can hold me accountable. It's time for me to connect with someone who can help me grow and help me learn, who's ready to pour into me, who can really understand me, who has mastered who I am so that I can be a better coach, right? And what do I mean by mastering who you are? Mastering what your needs are as a life and business coach in that 0 to 3 year phase. And so with the mastermind membership, you get a life and business coach at your fingertips. So that would be Coach B, a life and business coach at your fingertips. You get professional and business training on demand. Last week, we completed a 5-day masterclass, excuse me, and the opportunity to rewatch the masterclass ended last night at 11:59 p.m. So if you did not get a chance to watch it, come on over and join the mastermind membership. And when you do that, it is housed within that membership. So you'll be able to go back and watch it. So the information that I shared today about, excuse me, audience intelligence, that information is in there, plus a whole lot more to help you grow your business. You're also going to get co-working sessions monthly. So once a month, we're going to jump online together and we're going to go to work. We're going to talk about what it is we want to accomplish for that hour, and then we're going to work on it together for that hour. So that's one, excuse me, one co-working session per month. Bear with me one moment, please. So again, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? I'm human. Sometimes I get a little something in my throat. Got to clear your throat. So we just keep it moving, right? So one spotlight coaching session per month you get. And I'm sorry, one spotlight coaching, and then one co-working session, and then one spotlight coaching session per month. So what does that mean? That means we're going to jump on again live, and I'm going to coach. I'm going to select someone to coach with live every single month. So whatever issues you're having in your coaching business, I am going to be there to coach you through it. Okay, to provide the resources that you need to get to the next level of what you're doing, to figure out, to work through, how do I get clients booked? How do I organize my systems? What type of systems do I need in my coaching business? How do I coach with effectiveness? How do I develop an intelligence about my niche? Those are the types of things I will be coaching on, and whatever aspect of the business you need help on, that's what I will be coaching on. And lastly, I will be there to help you move from where you are to where you want to be in your business and in your life. So I don't just coach coaches to give them the systems and the operations and to teach you how to market. I coach you. I coach you on your life and making sure that I'm there to support you in your life. That's what this mastermind membership is all about. So I'm really, really excited about it. If you're interested, you can type interested in comments and I will forward you the link. As a matter of fact, I'll put the link in comments. But if you have questions, I will also post a link for a 30-minute discovery session with me. If I'm not sure if I want to be a part of it. If you have questions about it, you want to jump on a call with me, I'll also post a link to schedule an appointment with me to meet with me. So that is all I have for you today. And I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I love it. Coach V said, this is a can't miss opportunity. I'm definitely in. Awesome, Coach V. Awesome. I'm so excited that you're going to be a part of it. And it's just going to be great. So I'm excited for you, and please do share it with your other coach friends and your coaching colleagues who may be new in the industry. So thank you so much for your time today. Again, after I end today, I'll go ahead and post those links for you. But God bless. Have a tremendous week. And remember those 4 keys to presenting with impact. Make it a great day.